Hi Gemini, I hope you're well. This is your general reading for July 2020. As always, the energies can be fluid in terms of, you can flip it for your situation, you'll know your situation. General reading, we'll go through and get the 6-card spread, and then we'll of course go through and clarify what's happening for you Gemini in July of 2020. Okay, we have the Chariot that's come out as your first card and the 9 of Swords in reverse. We have the Knight of Wands that wanted to jump out at us. The Knight of Wands is also in reverse for you, Gemini. So what has got you all up in your head? Knight of Wands could be dealing with a Sagittarius or just a fire sign in general. What else is happening for my Geminis in July? Whoa, jumping out at us is the 10 of Cups. Beautiful energy there with the 10 of Cups. Okay, and then we have the 8 of Cups and the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man has come out in reverse. So let's go through and clarify these cards and see what's been happening for you, Gemini, and what's going to be happening for you in July. Of course, time is fluid as well. So this could have happened to you recently in the past, or it will be happening to you in the future. We do have the Chariot card here. Why is the Chariot here for Gemini? Chariot's all about movement. So you may be thinking about moving. You may have recently actually relocated somewhere. Or somebody wants to move with you. Interesting, they're saying somebody wanted to move, but you're not there yet. You're not in that position to move. The Chariot, so it could be Cancer that you're dealing with as well, is paired with the 4 of Cups. So the 4 of Cups is that feeling of can't be bothered, don't want to face it, don't want to think about it, that's boring, there's better things out there for me, I'm really tired and I'm really stuck. It's quite a stuck, stagnant energy, and because that's paired with the Chariot, which is actually all about movement, I feel it's strange, the energy that's coming through, they're saying to me that somebody else is wanting to move. So are you paired with someone, or is there someone in your life that is talking about making a relocation or making a movement here that you are not ready for? And there's lots of conversation happening around what's the best way forward with this move. And then we have the 9 of Swords coming up in reverse, which is telling me that this is really starting to stress you out. Is it that somebody has been offered even a career, a job somewhere else, and they may have to move away? Why is this 9 of Swords here? Yeah, you have to figure out what it is that you really want here, Gemini. And I keep hearing that it's a different, it's a different path. It's not what you had intended. So what I mean by that is I feel there's a partnership here, and one energy, whether it's you or the person you're dealing with, has been pulled away for whatever reason and is going in a different direction. And that could just be emotionally, metaphorically, or it could actually be moving, relocating to another area, and it's really throwing you, and it's really got you stuck in your head, concerned, worried, depressed, can't sleep, so suffering with some insomnia. You're really trying to figure out how to make this work. So the Magician is all about manifestation and getting what you want, and really trying to make something work, but you're stuck in your head about, well, how do I do that? It makes sense, right? Maybe you've just started a new relationship and now you realize that person's moving away, or you're having to move away for a situation that's beyond your control, and you're really stuck going, well, how do we do that? That's not what I wanted, that's not what I signed up for. Do we do the long distance thing? How can we really make this work? Because I'm not in that position to move away with this 4 of Cups. You're like, no, that's not what I wanted. That's not what was promised to me, And the Knight of Wands has come up here for you, Gemini, in reverse. Why is this Knight of Wands in reverse? As I said, you could be dealing with a Sagittarius here with the Knight of Wands in reverse, and clarified by the 2 of Wands, and the 2 of Wands is about making plans. So I feel as though somebody's really sitting there figuring out, well, what's next, what's out there for me, how will this look in the future? So it's even got the globe on this card, right? You can see that the world there. Somebody is out there making plans, and I feel as though There's a separation of energy through your reading in July, Gemini. What I mean by that is I feel as though one person's going one way with their energy and the other person's going the other. And this is totally represented by these cards as well. And I feel as though this is, well, you all know, you can flip the energies. It could be you or your person. But this is your person looking out there towards what it is, if they've got a new job that they need to move towards. They're starting to make plans about what that new life looks like. And for you, it's just completely gotten you stuck. And your energy, this is the Knight of Wands in reverse, is just halted, right? Put on hold. Whoa. And it may have been a really passionate, intense connection, but this is throwing you completely now that this conversation has come up about moving, separating, relocating, that you've had to really stop and think about that with this Nine of Swords in reverse and this Knight of Wands in reverse, going, well, hang on, let's put the brakes on this because I have to figure out how to make it work. We then have the Ten of Cups coming up for you, Gemini. Why is the Ten of Cups here for Gemini? Show me the Ten of Cups, please. Gemini. July 2020. Yeah. So it's about making a decision. And I don't think you guys want to. Well, it's not that you don't want to make a decision. You're not sure how to make that decision. About whether you pursue this Ten of Cups, this movement with your person. Ten of Cups is about happy families, and I always say everyone's situation is different, so everyone's Ten of Cups will look very differently. This card is quite traditional, right? So it shows, a married couple and children. That's not what Ten of Cups represents for everyone. Whatever your wish fulfillment is, whether it is that amazing career, traveling the world, having that amazing romantic relationship, being married, it doesn't matter. It's different for everyone. But you're now faced with a decision as to whether you can pursue that Ten of Cups, pursue that happiness. And you're all up in your head about it. And this Judgment card in reverse means that you have to make a decision, because this person, remember we have the Chariot at the beginning, which is about movement, and I really strongly feel that's the other person's energy pulling one way, and they're wanting you. I mean, if you're wondering if they want you to come with them, they are, that very strongly they want you, and they want you to move with them, and they want you to make that decision, but you're just not sure at this stage, and that's okay. You're not sure whether you move with them, or you're not sure even whether you want to continue in the new dynamic that will be your relationship. And that's fine, right? You deserve to take the time for yourself to figure out what you want the dynamic of that relationship to be. And if it's not what you expected at the start, well, then that's okay too, right? You might not want to do a long distance relationship. Take the time to figure out what's best for you, Gemini. We then have the Eight of Cups paired with the Ten of Wands, which really flew out at me, and the Ten of Wands is in reverse. Eight of Cups, so you may be dealing with a water sign here. We have a few cups coming through. It's about actually going on your own journey. Look, traditionally it's around walking away on your own, but the energies that's coming through for me here is actually just taking the time, because we have the Hanged Man as well at the end of your reading, Gemini. And the Hanged Man is definitely about taking the time for yourself, going within, meditating to figure out what you really want. And that makes complete sense. What have we been talking about here? You need to take that time for yourself to figure out if this will look like, if this relationship will look like, what you want it to look like. And the Ten of Wands in reverse is putting down some burdens. So if you've really been stuck in your head about this and been over-analyzing what to do, how to make this work, not getting any sleep, you need to put that stuff to bed for a little while, put it down, focus on yourself here with this Eight of Cups, focus on your wants and needs, start thinking about what's right for you, and take the time needed. This other energy that's in your reading, the one who wants to move away, they want a response from you. Remember we had Judgment in reverse about a decision, and you're not in the position right now to make it. That's fine. The Hanged Man here in reverse is showing up because it's telling you, Gemini, take your time and Get rid of all the noise around you. The Hanged Man in reverse is trusting yourself and your own intuition. Show me why the Hanged Man in reverse is here for Gemini. For July. Please show me why the Hanged Man in reverse is here for Gemini. Yeah. Okay, yes. What was I saying? Seven of Swords has come out in reverse, and the Seven of Swords in reverse is about doing what you need to do for yourself. Some people will say it's a really sneaky energy or a deceitful energy. Absolutely, sometimes it can be. That is not the case in this reading. Gemini, this energy is your energy, and it's saying you need to put yourself first. You need to take that time. Remember, we went on that Eight of Cups journey, which is following your own path and discovering what is true to you and what's needed for you. This Hangman in reverse with the Seven of Swords is absolutely saying take your time, trust yourself, put yourself first if you don't usually do that with the Seven of Swords in reverse, and consider if this is really what you want. You will feel pushed and pulled during the month of July, Gemini, because somebody is wanting to move in a different direction than you are, and you're not sure how to make that work. There's happiness here for you. Remember, in the heart of this reading is the Ten of Cups, so there's certainly beautiful happiness here for you, Gemini. But you're allowed to think first as to whether this is the path that you want your life to take. Sometimes, unfortunately, other people will have dreams that take them in a different direction, and they won't align with what you had planned. And that's fine. As I said at the beginning, time is fluid. So maybe right now it's not the time for you to follow this person, or to even stay in a connection with this person. But maybe in the future you'll revisit it and you'll get this Ten of Cups with this person. But you have to take your time to make the right decision for you. I wish you well, Gemini, and I'll see you next time.